Hi, I'm Mike with Morgan Inspection Services. Today I want to show you how to clean your air conditioner's condenser coils. Those are the coils that are in the condenser unit, which is the outside part of the air conditioner. You also have coils inside the house at the evaporator, the air handler unit. Those are called the evaporator coils. Okay, so we'll get started here in about 15 seconds. And I'll tell you, if you stick around to the end of the video, I did a quick experiment where I checked the temperature of the air that the system was blowing before I cleaned the coils, and I checked the temperature of the air after I cleaned the coils, and I think you might be surprised by the results. Okay, let's get started. So let me show you what you got to do. First thing you've got to do is you've got to shut off the electricity. All air conditioning units should have a disconnect outside close to the unit. And there's two types. One is like a breaker and you just flip the switch. This one has a pull-out plug. So you just pull this out and you set it on top, and that kills the power to the condenser unit, so you can do this safely. Next thing you've got to do is take the cover off the unit. You can use a nut driver, either a power drill or a handheld. And you just got to take these screws off. Every unit's going to be a little bit different, but take the screws off that are required to get this cover off. Now there's going to be a wire running to the fan, so you can't take this completely off. But I'm going to just lean it here and let it sit there while I clean this. Okay, so there are trees just above this unit, and as you can see, there's a lot of leaves in here, probably about 3 inches worth. So first thing we've got to do is clean this out. Okay, so I've got the majority of them out. Now I'm going to use a shop vac to clean out the rest of those. Okay, so it's good and clean. So the next thing you need is a can of coil cleaner. There's various brands. And basically what you do is just spray it on these coils on the inside, let it soak for a few minutes, then you're going to rinse it off. These fins are very fragile. You want to be gentle with them, especially when you're spraying it with water, but we'll get to that here in a minute. So you just want to coat all these with this cleaner and let it soak for a few minutes. Down here on the bottom where all the leaves were are especially dirty, so I'm going to spray a little extra down there. Okay, so I think that's pretty well coated. We're going to let it sit for a few minutes and then we'll clean it off. Okay, so it's been sitting for about 10 minutes. The next thing you do is just rinse off these coils. And again, these fins are pretty fragile. You don't want to use high pressure water. You can either just use the end of a hose and your finger over it, or you can use a nozzle, but use it, put it on shower spray or something fairly soft so you don't damage these fins. Two sides so far. You can see these, how clean that is compared to this one. So the cleaner definitely appears to be working. You should also clean the coils from the outside. Just spray the water against the coils as well as you can, starting at the top and working your way down. You can see how much dirt there still is on these coils by the amount of mud that's flowing out the bottom. Okay, so rinsed it out, it's clean, and last thing to do is just put this back together. I'm trying to be careful around this mud because while the camera was not rolling, I slipped and got all muddy, and that's why you probably see I'm wet. So again, you can use a handheld nut driver, or you can use one of these, but if you use one of these, you want to have it on a low torque setting so you don't strip out the metal casing. So just be careful about that. You don't want this thing to loosen up over time. Okay, so now it's back together. Only one thing left to do, and that is to turn the power back on. This thing is, you can see the copper strips here. This is what connects the electrical connection. If you put it in upside down, it's still going to be off. So you've got to make sure you're putting it in the right direction. You can see down here, you can see the little metal slots, and that's where you want this to go. So you want this side down, you don't want it this way, you want it this way. Okay, that's all there is to it. Okay, as I promised at the beginning of the video, let's see what results we get from cleaning the condenser coils. First, I'm going to show you the before, and then I'm going to show you the after. Here we go. Using my thermal camera, we check the temperature of the air that's being drawn into the system by the air conditioning unit. It's about 75 degrees. And now checking the temperature of the air that the air conditioner is blowing back into the house, the cooled air, it's about 60 to 61 degrees. So you can see that we have about a 14 to 15 degree differential, or the air conditioner is cooling the air by about 14 to 15 degrees. Okay, now that the coils have been cleaned, I've been running the air conditioner for about 10 to 15 minutes, and let's see what kind of temperatures we get now. The air that's blowing into the house is about 56 degrees, and the air that's being pulled in by the system, or the temperature of the air in the house, is about 75 degrees. That's a difference of 19 degrees. So before we had a difference of about 14 or 15 degrees, now we have 19 degrees. So the air conditioner is cooling the air 4 to 5 degrees more than it was before the coils were cleaned. Just imagine how much more efficiently the system is running, and it's not going to have to run as long each time to cool the house. So that is definitely going to save some money on the electric bill here at this house every month. Okay, so there you have it. It took about 30 to 40 minutes to clean the condenser coils. You could pay an air conditioning person to do it. They'll probably charge you about $200. I did it for $15, basically the cost of the Canada coil cleaner. It is helping the air conditioner blow air cooler into the house. It's going to save you money. It's going to mean less wear and tear on your air conditioning system. So in the long run, it's going to save you quite a bit of money. I hope this video has been helpful to you. I'd appreciate it if you have any comments or feedback. Please leave a comment, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. I appreciate you watching. Thanks. Have a good day.